Hello everybody, thanks for stopping in. We're making candle platform, I guess, a riser maybe you call it. So just starting. First thing we're doing is making a square thing round. Give you a different angle here. There's Brian and Redacted. Thanks for coming in. Brian, we should see you later at the Vineyard Farmhouse. Alright, so this is going to be a candle holder, and it's kind of large on this side. So that's going to be the top surface, and then it'll go in. I don't know how to, it'll go in and then have a base, a smaller base. So the candle will point that way, standing on a table. So what I'm going to do is turn a mortise in this side, turn it around on the chuck, and then cut the bottom. But the problem is this is cedar, and you get a lot of this tear out, chunk out stuff, so I got to get that probably just the first half inch or so, and get that top finished. Then when I turn around, I don't have to touch it again. All right, Ron D, yeah, it's cedar. Morgan's in. Hello. Todd's in. How you doing, Todd? Yeah, Todd, you've been having some really banger videos lately. Your editing is awesome. There, beautiful surface. All right, let's get this edge. There, that actually looks pretty good. A little chip right there, but I think I'm gonna keep having that the way the grain is, so we'll just leave it. All right, put the mortise in. This is one of those simple projects, but when I asked her what she wanted, Mrs. Bailey Woodworks, she said a candle platform thing. So, so that's what we're doing. Roy Johnson is in. Mike Stanifer's in. Hey, Mike. Jeremy Brown is in. All right. Oh yeah, Ron, this is very soft. It's cedar. It's almost hard to cut. It's too soft. Chips out quite a bit. All right, I think we can turn it around now. All right, now this is going to be the base. So we finish the top, and then we'll do the base. Should be a pretty quick project, but will look good on the mantle. I want the base to be about that big, somewhere around there. And since we're going to be hogging out so much wood, I'm going to put the live center on. All right. And speed up. I like to go about 2100, one step below the fastest. Right-handers. No, wood turning can be for anybody. I frequently switch hands depending on what I'm working on. I will do right to left, to right to left. All right, so I put a little cove in this so it'll sit flat. I don't want it perfectly flat because it'll wobble. So we're going in a little bit, and now we're going to cut out most of that and then go in a little bit more. So it's just going to be hogging out. Happy Jalapeno is in. Fresh is in. John Chan is in. I got a question for you, Brian. Is this a good year for grapes? And I apologize if you said already, because we've had some really good grapes from the grocery store this year. We got Parash Ratavian, thanks for coming in. New Beginnings, thanks for coming in. This is so messy. Like, it's amazing how many wood shavings from a piece like this, and you add some air in them, they become very much more volume of wood. All right, we're almost there. I'm going to split this part in half, take it up a little bit more. It's just going to be a simple, like a mushroom shaped, nothing fancy. So we'll cut that off, sand it, and put some shellac. I think shellac works the best with cedar. This cedar anyway, that I've found. Hey, and just in case, if you like this kind of stuff, I am so close to 10,000, and it would be really cool to hit 10,000. I think I need 119 subscribers, which is very doable. But I don't expect it tonight, but maybe next week or so. But if you could subscribe, like, all that good stuff, I would greatly appreciate it. We're just so close to 10,000. It's really cool. Thank you guys so much. I was afraid of that. I was even making it a little bit thicker down here because being cedar, I was afraid it was going to just split, plus the tension from there. So, we're going to be done cutting, and I'm going to glue this back on and sand because I'm not wasting it. I'm going to glue it right back in, right where it sits, and just start sanding. You'll never know. Alright, sorry about that. I was not prepared with my super glue. So we'll put some glue on there. Get that spread out pretty good. Cover the whole thing. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to spray this Satellite City hardener accelerator onto this part. I've got the glue on this part. and it'll just hold immediately. Supposedly. You know what? I think my jaws are holding it out. So how's everybody doing tonight? What are you working on? Anything? Any projects in the shop? While I get this fixed. Any projects anybody's working on? Good stuff. We'll keep it secret here. Nobody's paying attention. Yes, unplanned high-speed disassembly. Exactly. But everything is fixable. Problem is, super glue is really hard, and I should have taken it off the chuck to glue it. I thought I could do it really quick. But the best laid plans. Alright, try this again. It's gonna be a little funky, but it'll work. Always on a live stream, right? This is Satellite City Thick. And it'll just, it's actually called gap filling. I think that'll work. All right. Let me get a little bit more sandpaper. Good as new. Can't even tell. Alright, now we're going to go back to the chuck. And lightly put this on. And I'm going to do it such that I won't put as much pressure on that. If I put one whole jaw on it, it would definitely pop it out. But I think I can split it in there. And I'm just lightly applying pressure because I'm going to put the end live center back on and just do some sanding. Probably going to have to cut the glue a little bit. A little too hard to sand. If you missed it blowing apart the first time, watch pretty good. Floor says it's gonna break. Piece says not as good as new. Not enough. All right. The nice thing about a project like this is it's not holding a lot of weight. This is only holding up a candle and some dried weeds or something. So it's not like I'm not worried about it. The only time I'm worried about it is right now. So now that I've got it sanded, I'm fairly confident it's going to hold together. It could still go though. right, so there you go. Let's get some shellac on it. Jose is in. Matthew's in. This piece will be for sale for only $7,000 in my store. One of the more affordable pieces. And for only $14,000, you could get 2 of them. I could make a second. But so this is shellac. I make my own shellac from shellac flakes, and it's just shellac and denatured alcohol and a couple coats on this cedar, and it looks pretty good. So the first coat will make the grain stand out, so it'll be real bumpy and rough, and then sand it like I lightly sand it at 240, put another coat on it, and it's like factory, really nice. But you don't want to clean it with an alcohol-based cleaner. Have you ever been to a restaurant and the wood tables are all sticky? Probably because they used a shellac finish and they're cleaning them with an alcohol-based cleaner, and it softens up that shellac. Or they don't clean them very good and they're just sticky. Alright, I'm going to let that sit for a little bit. But I will take it off, get that underside again. The end grain is the hardest, it just soaks it right in. Okay. A little bit on top. Alright. It's got a line through it, but who doesn't, right? Nothing is ever perfect, and I found that the more something looks perfect, the more it looks like a machine did it. So, I don't strive to do things perfect. I can't, for one, and second, I don't want to. So, alright, there you go. That was in 47 minutes, start to finish. We do have another coat to put on, so we'll add another 5-10 minutes, but nothing drastic. Sanding takes just a few minutes. There you go, a little pedestal made out of cedar with shellac, a little bit repaired. We'll put a candle with some flowers around it or something dried, and that is it. I'm going to make a couple of these, maybe 3 or 4 of them for fall decor, and that'll be it. All right, hey, that's it for tonight. If you could subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. I'm so close to 10,000. It really doesn't mean anything. It just is kind of cool. Doesn't mean I get any plaques or anything. Nothing special happens. But it'd be really cool to hit 10,000. It'd be wild to hit it tonight. I don't think we'll do that, but I could use 120 subscribers. That would be awesome. So if you could, I'd appreciate it. Thumbs up. Check out some of the other stuff on our channel. We do all kinds of crazy videos, mostly with wood, not all wood turning. But check us out and have a good night. And God bless.